this sport is crazy. It's the highest highs and lowest lows, and I feel probably the best I've felt in my career at my lowest right now, if that makes any sense, you know. It was important for me to go out with Joe and Bruce in the cage. Started, you know what I mean? It's just such an iconic thing, you know, here in Vegas. So I knew back in January we started training for the first round. This is going to be our last one, no matter what I told you guys. And I remember telling me, the team, you guys are not to ask me about retiring, right? And I said, well, I'll do 50. But win or lose tonight, you know, this is the odds right now. You know, I don't love it anymore like I used to. And last night I couldn't sleep. I was up till 6 in the morning just laying there. And just not going to miss those feelings, I'll tell you that. But it's good to go in there. I surprised the hell out of my team. They had no idea what was coming. My wife didn't know. No one knew. It was a good secret I had. Talking about emotional, yeah, but I feel good. It's like the biggest sigh of relief I've ever had in my life. Oh, we're done. Now it's off to the next chapter, you know, and I'll be back. I'll come, you know, hang out, watch fights, talk to the young generation, tell them all the things they should have, would have, could have, should have done, and me getting in, I don't know, maybe I'll get hitched in 2 years, who knows, but anytime soon, you know, I'm going off and make some movies. Got race cars. I got a race next weekend. I'll get a race car, I'll play, and go to the lake house. My wife was about my wife at the lake house. I don't think it's anything nice with the single line trailer. People's we got money like that, so it's nice to us. So we're spending a lot of time at the lake and hanging out with the family. So yeah.
Obviously, retiring is a bittersweet moment, you know. But if you could pick a moment, you had your kids there. That was a big part of this. You got to walk out. You got to do it in front of a crowd. Is this as good as it could have gone? A retirement fight for you?
I mean, a win would have definitely made it better, right? But it couldn't have been any better, right? This was it. I felt it walking out, coming out of the tunnel, the place going crazy. Yeah, it felt good.
Look, you've had such an incredible career, right? It's probably one of the most unique careers we've had in this sport. If you could pick one moment that you can sort of look back on and go, I'll hang my hat on that moment, that was the best bit. Which one?
Just sit right here tonight. Everyone got really emotional, but I didn't. I felt so good. This is the moment. I had both my boys in there. Bruce and Joe sent me off, and I'll hang my hat on that all day long, man. One hell of a career. And why not the guy tied with the most wins, take the wins and keep going? Hell yeah. Good job, Jim. Fucking run with it, baby. I'm going to step down, and it's all good. So, proud of the moment that I look back on. This is it. I've dreamt of this moment for a long time, and finally saying, you know, finally okay in my heart saying it's time to walk away, you know, and this is it.
Congratulations, mate. You've just been an honor. Cowboy over here. Congratulations on a great career. What did that mean to you to hear the crowd just erupt? Like, you retire, it was a standing ovation in the T-Mobile Arena. It was just such a cool moment just to watch back here. What was that like being in the octagon as that was going on?
Like I said, the highest highs and lowest lows. I must have done something right along my career somewhere to get the crowd to love me as they do. So thank you so much to everyone who's been there and supported me. And even to those who haven't supported me, they keep me hungry too. You know, the guys that are sitting at home making messages on your things, they help motivate me also. So thank you to you as well. And my Instagram's open, so go ahead and talk all the shit you want. I'm gone now, so I don't even care.
And then for just fighting a guy like Jim Miller, you've already shared the cage with him. You guys had a great first round, it was back and forth. And just to see him sort of step aside and let you have your moment before he could have his, what did that mean to you?
Yeah, man, he hooked me up to the fight like, bro, I think he knew. And he just said, I love you, brother. And thank you, you're a good guy. And I said, thanks, Jim, you know, and then when I took my hat off, he was like, oh, no, this is your moment, you know, and he just became the winningest fighter in UFC history. This is a historical moment for him, and for him to give that to me, you know, that is cool. He's a good guy, a good country boy, and I got nothing bad to say about it.
And then last thing for me, you talk about what a sigh of relief it is now that you got to announce your retirement. There's a freedom that comes along with that you can't really put a price tag on. Do you remember the last time you had that feeling of just freedom, that big sigh of relief? Because you've been doing this an awful long time. Do you remember the last time you felt the way you feel right now?
Yeah, I was in the hospital on my grandpa's deathbed. The UFC called me and offered me a job. And I was like, we're here, we did it. And now we did it again. So those two moments, I'll never forget the feeling, you know?
Cowboy over here. Las Vegas has kind of been like a new home for you for your training camp. What did it mean to retire here on this card and go out this way?
Yeah, it's good. Couldn't be any more perfect. That's why tonight was the night, you know. No matter win or lose, it was going down. And I love Vegas. I'll be here all the time. I told the guys over the UFC I don't take my fingerprint off the thing. I goddamn want to come in here whenever I want. So they said no problem. So I'll be coming to a lot of fights. I still love the sport. I just don't love training for the sport anymore.
You said you still want to be involved in MMA. Is that coaching? Is it commentary? What about MMA do you want to still stick? Or is it just hanging out here and do the odd guest spot?
Yeah, I'm gonna drink beer up there in the front row and have a belly so big I can't even see my dick. That's what I'm gonna do. Take a look at this body because it'll be the last time it's ever looking this way, and then after that I'm turning the corner and never looking back.
And just last one for me. A lot of hardcore fans get nostalgic when they talk about the WEC. I know you're a very proud recipient of that promotion. What does it mean to go out and be one of the few that did WEC and the UFC?
I love the WEC. I wish it was still around. You know, I remember when we first came over and we were like, oh, the WEC boys, we're gonna kill you guys. And then here we are. There's still a couple of us left, but yeah, man, I'm honored. Legacy, so it's cool.
Hey, Cowboy, over here in the front. I just have a question. You mentioned that you didn't tell your team or your wife. Was there a reason why you kept that to yourself, or were you afraid maybe somebody would talk you out, or did you just want to have that moment to yourself?
Oh, I'm not talking out, but I just didn't want their training or their attitude towards this fight to be any different. I didn't want them to be like, this is the last one, you know what I mean? I just wanted them to think this is just what we do. And yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. It was hard because it kept getting postponed, canceled, pushed. Training camp was all over the place. We were in Thailand. Man, it's been a while, like 6 months, so to say the least. But yeah, here we are, and just sigh of relief.
And you mentioned that obviously it would have felt better if this was a win, but do you think it would have been harder as well if you had won?
Well, hell no. It meant the same thing, you know. I brought the boys in there and they smiled, took a picture, and I've just been able to give my team a little bit more money and bonus, that's all.
Thank you.
Donald, what was the moment when you knew? When did that come to you that you knew you were going to retire?
Before I fought, close. Then I did the rare fight, then I took another fight. I was just going through the motion. Didn't enjoy it, didn't love it. I knew the time was soon. I just had to pick the right time. And so I knew coming in, I took a lot of time off. And then all my agents said, let's get a fight. And I just knew this was going to be the last one.